All right, how's everybody doing? Excellent. Okay, that sounded really great. I'm going to ask one more time. How's everybody doing? All right, that's a little better. We'll try it again later. So I'm so excited that I finally get to see all of your actual faces. For the past, 3 months, I've just seen the reportive sidebar that pops up with your Twitter or Facebook picture. Who uses reportive in here? Oh my gosh, download it right now. It's one of the most amazing apps ever for email. Reportive, Rapportive. I think that's it. It's really great. So when you type in somebody's email address, their Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn shows up in the side of your Gmail bar. Really great. Anyway, besides that point, so it's really great to actually see you, meet you in person, and I'm so excited to get to know you on a deeper level throughout the day, tonight on the boat cruise, hopefully, and during the Legacy event tomorrow, which is what I'm most excited about. But one of the most amazing things I think about being in this room today is the collective showcase of people that are in here. Around this room are some of the biggest movers and shakers of our time. Not only, the person sitting to your right or left, check them out right now. They may sell their business for $1 billion in the next 5 years, but they're also the people that are completely transforming our economy. They're making a huge positive impact in the world, and they are going to make a difference for the next generation. And I just think that's really powerful. I get chills thinking about it because there's so many problems out there, and there's so many things that we together can be doing. And that's what I think is so important about the Impact Showcase, is this collective body of these huge movers and shakers. So I want to share with you just a little bit of information about you guys and what you as a collective group actually represent, because you can then use that as a platform to make an even bigger difference. So I'm sure you had a lot of fun filling out some of the information on your application on the Empact100, and we're going to just share with you a few of the results from those surveys. So there were 356 companies on the Impact Showcase. As you know, the revenue criteria, all of the founders had to be age 30 and under and had to be making over $100,000 revenue. No matter how big or small you think that number is, you all have been there, and you know how hard it is to make that first step. And we really want you to use this as a platform to help spread entrepreneurship, to inspire the next generation to see it as a viable career option. I know we all have our own personal stories on how you first came to be an entrepreneur. But myself personally, I didn't realize I was an entrepreneur until I started winning awards for being entrepreneurial. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. So here's some of the stats. 496 founders make up those 356 companies, which I think is really interesting because that means we can't do it alone. The average age of the founders was 27. Average company started 4 years ago, employing almost 8,000. Spencer mentioned the stats earlier, almost 8,000 individuals, and contributing $1.2 billion in revenue to the economy in 2011, which is huge. Plans to be a serial entrepreneur. 94% of you plan to maybe not stay with the same business, but at least stay with entrepreneurship, which is, I'm not sure what happened to the other 6% of you, but maybe we can talk later. Here are the different industries that are represented. So I think a common misconception is that tech is maybe the biggest and most prevalent, but we actually saw that it was advertising and media as the biggest in the showcase. Startup capital needed. So this is another big myth buster that I thought was interesting. The number one thing we hear from students at some of our Extreme Entrepreneurship Tour events is that I don't have the money that I need to get started. But you'll see here that big red box is less than $1,000 in startup capital was needed to get started. So while access to capital is a huge issue, and we all know that it's very important to growth and continuing our companies, it also shouldn't be an excuse for why not to get started. And in terms of the last conversation over lunch, in terms of how we're looking the future towards the future in the business environment, it looks like the majority of people just agree that it's at least getting better. So I think the last conversation showed that there are a lot of problems and issues that we're working through, but the exciting thing is that I think everybody in this room is interested and dedicated to working through them all together. The most important problem, which I thought this was really fascinating too, is that 29.5%, that red one, is stated that human resources, HR, and all of the tax forms and paperwork and hiring and firing and unemployment taxes is by far the most important problem within your business. Average age when started the first business was 21. How many people are still under 21? All right, nice. All right, staff in the room, make sure they don't get drinks on the boat tonight. So I just wanted to share a few of those, I think, really fascinating statistics. And I think the most powerful thing is being able to use that as you have a very important place in the showcase.